So let's talk about the future of sports business in the United States. The sports business in the United States is very, very good right now. And we look across the landscape, there are many categories that are really strong right now. The camping business is really good. The instrument business is really good, being driven by fitness trackers and by personal activity recording devices. The paddle sports business is really good. The cycling business has shown some recovery. Athletic apparel is outstanding right now, really being driven by the athleisure trend. Sales there are up more than 15% for the year so far. Athletic shoe business, this is going to be one of the best years in the last decade we've had in the athletic shoe business. So there are many, many parts of the sports business that are really, really good right now. Let's talk about why the sports business is so good today in the United States. These athletes are not just heroes on the court. They really are cultural icons to us. They're fashion icons to the American people. And we live in a culture where these athletes are really revered as much more than just their feats on the playing field. The athleisure trend has been very strong for the last 18 months or so. People are dressing to work out in more and more formal social occasions. This whole concept of where to work out has allowed us to become even more casual in the way that we dress. Millennials are very concerned about health and fitness, and I think they want to dress that way whether or not they actually are working out or not. And that's an interesting side trend that's happening here, is that many people aren't working out, but they want to dress like they're working out. So my expectation is that the athleisure trend continues to be very strong. It's had a profound impact on other segments of the business. As long as the athleisure trend is good, I think we're going to see the sneaker trend good. As long as we see the sneaker trend good, I think it's going to drive the athleisure trends. And then finally, the quantified self. This concept really is about being able to measure ourselves and continue to seek improvement, whatever our sports activity is. The trackers that we have today are relatively modest in what they can measure, but we're already starting to see new concepts come out, leaps and bounds above where we had been previously. And as these devices become more sophisticated, I think athletes are going to embrace them and use them in their training regime to be able to play whatever sport they're doing better. So quantifying this whole concept of health and fitness that we just talked about will drive the sports business to yet another level. Social fitness is also a very key driver here and an important concept. What I mean by this is that back in the day, people used to go to the gym by themselves. They would spend 20 minutes on the treadmill. They might work out on another piece of equipment and they would leave and probably never interact with anyone else in the club. They didn't care what they looked like. They were going to get sweaty. They were going to work out, and so none of that mattered. Now we see more and more people going to the gym to participate in a class, whether it's CrossFit or Pilates or yoga or some permutation of that. And when you go to a class, you see the same people week over week, and when you see the same people week over week, it becomes a social interaction, and people begin to dress for that interaction. So social fitness has really altered the way that we think about sport, think about fitness, and a very important trend.